Well, oh, okay, we know for coming in the States, there's some better pieces than you.
Rachel, you getting anything done today?
Yeah, about the library. And yesterday, I followed your plan and I got more done than I've gotten done in like weeks. So,
Seriously?
yeah, it's kidding. Yeah, it was weird.
What'd you do? I mean, share it with, tell us about it. Like, I mean, it's driving me nuts what I look like. You guys, does it ever bother you like that you're on camera, like, and you see yourself? I, I think
You
I've
look
got
like
so many allergies. Anyway, go
to
ahead.
me, I think you look good like a young schoolboy.
You're
Um,
right. I'm gonna wear my backpack everywhere then. And my beard's getting longer, so like, I'm just delaying the whiteness in it. So, but 40's creeping up on me, man. So I ain't got too much longer left in that
The
blackness.
gray just makes you distinguished, makes
Uh,
you more attractive to the ladies.
that's right. That's right. Yeah. Since we're trying to be attractive to all the ladies out there, huh? That's the goal. I just hope mine likes me. That's the main.
Exactly.
that's,
Well, tell us about it, Rachel.
I'm sure she does.
As loud as you can in the library. So,
I know. I'm kind of a whispering. I had some personal things to do, like change my address on some insurance stuff. Um, but I had like all this mail to go through. Like I hadn't paid my tax for 2024, which is bad, but also true. And so I went through and it's a weird process for some of the states, but I at least did for some of it and then set up like now I'm just waiting for approval to the portal for the others. So that was good. A bunch of checks that I had like deposited recently and hadn't, I had to go through and like check those. I set up the calls for the pay per click. I also do property management in Maryland, and there was like a couple of just underlying things that I've been avoiding. So I did a bunch of that. Um,
so what'd you do? Like, what did you do? You set a time, like you set a timer type thing? Like, did you only do one thing at a time? Like, what was the like,
oh,
what like hit you? And I was like, oh,
so
this is cool. Like,
literally just writing it down. So I like sat down in the morning and I just like wrote everything out that I really like was kind of on my mind, but circling. And then I just picked three that I felt like were the top priorities. Um, and I just started going through them. I have this thing on my phone called like Focus, like this little bean, and it doesn't let me use my phone unless it's a text or a phone call until I'm done. And I also use this app called Focus Mate, which I'm like obsessed with.
that's
Um,
cool. Okay. I was going to show you my phone. So my phone kind of stays on D&D throughout the day. So do not disturb. And let me just, I'm up to like 423 text messages, like 13 missed calls for the day. And like, I just honestly, I do them usually like one day a week, truthfully. Now, sometimes it's work related stuff and I'm like intentional about it and doing it, but I kind of do my texts like once a week. And my friends know that like they'll just call me if they want to talk. And, otherwise expect a text back sometimes, unless I just happen to catch it, every other week from me, like, because I get made fun of all the time for it. But I'm like, dude,
crazy.
we're in our money making years. And so I just kind of like I'm either working and I'm trying to make it, or I'm not working and I'm not looking at my phone. So, yeah.
If you're addicted to your phone, there's a grayscale button for those that love the dopamine and the scrolling. You can hit a button and it turns your phone black and white. So it's less attractive and less dopamine to scroll through social media and crap because it's
Hmm.
not as attractive. But there's a button I hit. It's called grayscale, and I just when I wake up in the morning, I hit it, so I don't randomly pick up the phone and start scrolling on dang social
No
media.
kidding. That's cool.
Yeah,
Where is it?
just do a Google
Just
search or
like a
ChatGPT
search.
how to configure grayscale. It's on an iPhone. I have an iPhone, but you can configure a grayscale button.
Yeah.
It's just and you just hit this button on, and it turns it to black and white.
I'm
Every now
beginning.
and then I hit it by accident. I'm like, oh, I'm not watching my phone.
Yeah.
Hey, let me check in with Ron real quick since he's in his truck. Ron, anything going on with you, man? You need anything? You're on mute, brother. Uh, just wanted to see if you needed anything, if you were trying to get out of the truck or something.
No, I'm good. I had to
Okay.
meet somebody real quick. I'm just listening every chance I get, man.
Okay. Cool, dude. Just anytime I see you guys like running around, I'll always try to like check in with you first and
No, thank you, man.
see if you need to get in and out. Okay. Well, Rach, I was on you, girl. So is there anything you want to cover? Is there anything you'd like to cover? I'm happy to hear that kind of like, chilled things out in your world for a little bit because I have to do the same. So when you said it, it hit home for me. So
It was super good. It was also too, I love it. I like everything you say mostly, but the embrace the chaos and then the like, don't force yourself to do stuff that's not on your list. Like, if it's good enough if you've done what you need to do. So that felt like more manageable.
yeah,
And then I got a lot done. So it was great.
yeah. Isn't it
Thank
kind
you.
of crazy how we have to give ourselves? I remember people saying like you should give yourself permission to do X, Y, and Z, and I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Well, then your life gets a little bit different looking at certain points. And it's like, oh, okay, now I understand. Like I didn't get it in my 20s. And now it's like I'm, in my late 30s. And it's like, huh, okay, that makes
There
sense.
it is.
So yeah, I'm not kidding. So I started this morning around, because a lot of my activities don't involve, talking to people anymore. And so it's usually figuring out a problem or trying to, um, because I would like to do a little bit more with this apprenticeship, right? And so but I'm constricted on my times with calls. And so I think we're going to do something else, like your guys' stuff is going to stay exactly the same. Like nothing will change for you guys, but I'm thinking about going and selling this a different package to it to more people, but they don't get the attention, right? They don't get the calls. And so that's what I've been working on for the last like 2 weeks with things. And so like this morning I started at 4:30 and I got a bunch of our private money stuff done. We have a bunch of heavy debt that is like due very shortly that we utilize to stand up 17 homes. And so I'm starting to like, I always call them like wood chippers. And so I'm chipping away at it with our portfolio cash flow every month. And so I just projected all that out. And um, anyway, between 4:30 and 7:30, I got like everything done that I needed to do for the day. And I came and lifted, and then I just went to the gym. Excuse me, well, I worked out here, and I took Trace out to eat with our preacher, and we just went and looked at some little 90cc motorcycles. And now I'm back with you guys. So the rest of my day is kind of just based around you guys for the day, but I'm done with all my stuff. So adding to what you were saying, Rachel,
Oh
about that.
no, that's super cool. It's
Yeah.
I think for people that do 9 to 5s, which I haven't in a while, but you're in that mentality of like if you're not working 9 to 5, you're not doing it right. And so it's hard to like step away from that.
Yeah. Well, I shared with you guys before, and like, I share this stuff with you just because it's honestly what's happening. It has no intentions behind it. It's just I'm trying to get to 25 hours a week. That's my goal. Like I want to get it down. I've done 60 to 80 for so long that it's time to do something different about that. And so I'm trying to shift it back to 20 to 25 hours a week working. So, all right, Dave, go ahead, homie.
Okay. So I'm on crunch time. I've got the Ludi house, the house in Darlington. It's a 1940s house. We've hit the Facebook groups. I've sent out a few emails to people that asked, but the rubber meets the road today, and I just need some Travis honesty. Tell me, is there for I got to pick up the phone and start calling, I guess, but I didn't. Is there script work on selling? The idea is when you saw this house, you wanted me to do the fix and flip. And I think it would be a great idea, but it's a kind of a cash flow thing for me.
Yep.
So I get calls from wholesalers all the time and they sound ridiculous. And I don't want to be that guy. So I just want to sound like I'm a seasoned guy. I want to call fix and flipper. Is there any script work or any suggestions that you can offer me on how to get this closed before the end of the year?
Can I see the Facebook listing that you have for it? Can you share your screen and show me?
Yeah, I've got the PDF created, and then let me see if I can find Jen created something. Where did she put it? Here it is. So this is what she put.
Okay. All right. So asking 119. Got it. Have you had any bites?
We had two people respond. I sent a nice email to one of them, and the other guy, his buy box is ridiculous. He's basically like, we buy things at 60% market that need no rehab. I'm like, okay, good luck with that. Doesn't everybody? And I had another guy that asked about it, but I haven't heard back from him. So I've got investor base now. So I did do this, and I'll show you kind of where I am. And this is why I'm at the point now where I'm just gonna call. So I got the 30-day $100.50 investor base, and I'm kind of just looking at fix and flippers that are in the area and or landlords.
Mhm.
So I was just going to pick up the phone and start calling. It's like, hey, I got a great deal. I can either wholesale it or JV it with you. I'm not in the area, but again, I was just going to ask your opinion from a script work perspective. What do you say?
Yeah.
What would be
Yeah.
what kind of paint me a picture in my head of what I should be thinking about as I go down this list and start calling these guys?
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just role play it like I'm calling Eric. So I would say, "Hey Eric, it's Dave. Are you guys still buying houses?" So he's gonna say yes. Be like, "Okay. Hey man, I'm not a wholesaler. I just have too much on my plate. I got one on 123 Main Street. It needs about 40 grand in rehab, and I'm asking 120. It's worth 240. Do you want to see this thing, or do you guys not want to not interested in it?"
Okay, pretty simple.
That's it. That's
Okay.
really it. If you're not getting any bites, then I've never seen a good deal not sell, and
Yep.
so it might be priced too high.
Okay.
So I would
Yeah, I
probably,
was looking at it, and I could still come down to 109 and make a good chunk. Um, so that's why I was starting it. Like you can never go back up, but you can always come down. Um,
dude, you can go up. I mean, it's easy to go up. I mean, most wholesalers um, send it out at what they have it under contract for, and then they start to say like, okay, so you wanted a 90, Dave? Well, man, I got, Rachel's interested in this thing, so like, what's the best you think you could do? Maybe we can just do this right now if I can get it approved by my boss. Oh, you
okay.
can do 95? Okay. Like that's the highest or you're close? Like, oh, 95 is the highest? Okay, cool, man. Can I call you back in like 20 minutes? Cool.
Okay.
That's it.
Because I've got under contract for like 86. So I've got some room in
I
there.
mean, if you want to sell it today, put it out at 90. And then when you get a guy that's interested, be like, okay, man, hey, I've got two other people that are interested at 90. What do you think the most is you could go up to here? So I'm not going to abuse you on this, but like, what's the highest you think you go to? 95? Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would do, man. I mean, we always send them out at 70% ARV with like super conservative like comps, and then we just take them up from there. Because you got you a really good deal. Because that's what gets so fun is like you got it at what, 86, you said?
86. And I would say worst case 225. So 86K out of 225. I
Okay.
think that's still at 52%. And I'm looking anywhere from 30 to 40K in rehab. I mean, you could probably go as low as 30K. It just needs a shower pan, a bathroom remodel, sand the floors, and clean up the kitchen. And it's not horrible.
Okay. Could
New roof,
somebody
new
could somebody
HVAC.
just relist it and sell it?
And that's what I was thinking. Worst case is like, my Kiave account's not up to date. I was thinking worst case, I just call Austin and Kevin is like, let's Kiave this and then just MLS list it and then split it, you know?
Well, I mean, well, that's what I was gonna say was, I mean, I don't, I'm all for you guys collaborating and stuff. That'd be awesome. But the other thing you could do too, I mean, if they're going to do that though, they got to cover all the finance piece of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, cool.
I mean, I was just I haven't mentioned it to him. I was just thinking last night, I really want to close this because I had a death in the family. They're trying to get it done before the end of the year. So I'm trying to rush this to see if we can get
oh,
more
I
money,
think you're gonna kill it, man. I think it's just,
getting
it's
the
your
right guy
first
on the phone.
one. Yeah, well, and I mean, you're asking a chunk here for it too, and it might just be a little bit too high, is my guess.
Okay.
If it's getting low attention and you got it on Facebook Marketplace and like, I mean, dude, we got people all over them when we list them in Facebook Marketplace. So,
Oh, she hasn't put it on Facebook Marketplace. She just put it in the groups. I see what you're saying now. She's got to put it on Marketplace.
oh,
Okay. I
yes.
just got a nugget.
Marketplace.
No, she just went into the rehab groups and just started doing posts. So we have to put a
No,
listing in marketplace.
that thing's gone the hour after you put it on there because then everybody
Okay.
else's posts bump it down. So yeah, so
Okay.
nobody's
So
really seen your deal, man. All right. So kind of back to ground zero here. Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, you
okay.
put it in the groups too, but like you put it in the groups daily. You put it in Facebook Marketplace and you share it to the groups.
Okay. Cool. Because everything's done. I did what you did. I created the PDF. I've got the Google Drive folder. I've got the comp list. I mean, everything's done. I just
So something
and the
else
oth-
you could do too, with Kiavi. So and you don't have to do it with Kiavi, but here's just another thing for everybody else too, because these are recorded, and I'm noticing we're getting a lot of views on our stuff, and so I'm just going to say this as well is you could go with Kiavi. They're going to make you put 10 or whatever percent down. So let's just say you have to put 10 grand down with Kiavi to close. Closing costs, points, everything with Kiavi. So it's 10 grand. Go raise 20. Okay. Put 10 down with Kiavi. Pay yourself 10. Now, when you close, you pay yourself 10 grand. Then you list it and you sell it, and you're going to make what? 15 to 40, like a lot off of it. And then
okay.
at that time, you're also going to get paid as well. So that's how you get paid twice. Okay.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
So by the end of the year, if you choose to do that, you would get that. Right.
Okay. Because my brain's going worst case scenario. It's like I've got the 50K. She wants 50K at closing to walk away. And I was like, well, I could do a quick close at the end of the year, keep the loan active. It's only 34,000 on the loan, but
Mhm.
get her money, get the deed transferred into like a trust, sub two wrap it where the loan's
Yeah.
still active, but she gets her money by Christmas. Now
Right.
I kind of have the ownership, and then I can still look for a wholesaler, or I can, like you said, I could get hard money guy.
You get a lot of
Hey,
time.
help
Yeah.
fund me the GC, and we'll kind of work on the back end.
You could get yourself out of that deal for sure. Guys, like you'll see me a lot of times like, hey, I already closed on the deal. It's my money in the deal. I'm just looking to get my money out. So, hey, Tony, make as much more noise as you need, dude. We're good. You won't mess us up. So I saw you being like careful. So don't you ain't gonna mess us up, man. Sorry, dude. I got one of my buddies over here helping us with some stuff, and he's being all polite and quiet, and then it's straining him. So
Yeah, my biggest thing is that I know it's a family in an unfortunate situation, and I just wanted to get her money by the end of the year. And I've got some strategies. I think we can get that done.
okay.
But
Okay.
okay,
Yep. Let's
but
get
you're
in the
saying
Facebook group, and I would probably even post it.
Yeah.
The white card. I would probably even post it in our group, the group here, and
okay,
Number.
and say, hey guys, does anybody want to fund this deal? I'll give you, whatever you want off of it. I'll give you 25% of the profit or whatever. There's a couple apprentices, man, that got a lot of money. So, and they ain't
okay,
got much time. So you got
okay.
quite a few of those guys in here. Okay. So,
But what you're saying I should do right now is get on marketplace. So I'll have Jen do that because she wants to do the selling up. So I'll get Jen to create the marketplace, and then I'll just start going down the list on Investor Base and start doing some cold calls.
yep. Why don't you go ahead and feel it out in the Facebook group too?
Okay.
Hey, anybody want to do this deal with me? So,
Okay.
Yeah, Dan,
Awesome.
I was gonna tell you obviously we have our Kiavi set up, so if you want to do something together, just let us know. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I'm gonna try and get it across the line. I'm just trying to think of defense. Like I want to make this happen.
just get everything going on it, dude.
Yeah.
Just do all of it. Like, hey, Mike, is your last name Corsi? Did I say that right? Okay. So Mike's completely full time in here. And so, reach out to Mike and ask him if he wants to, hey man, you want to try to wholesale this thing too? And we'll give you $5,000 if you sell it or whatever. Just put everything out on the table, man. I mean, you got plenty of margin. So like,
Yeah, I got a $35,000 margin
just
right
don't
now.
give away the farm for it though. Like
Okay.
the value's in the deal, and then
Jen, I love my wife. She's like, you better walk away with 25,000 or we're getting a divorce.
There you go. There you
She's
go.
my money girl. So
Yeah.
like she's
There
like,
you
you're
go.
the smart guy on the front end. She's like, but I'm getting paid on the back end. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, that's why we're
Hey,
married.
just make sure you only make 24,900 and then give her be like, well, just saying.
No, I wouldn't be where I am in my life if I had not spent 25 years with that woman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I am very blessed. Well,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I'm gonna hang up here because it sounds like I got homework to do, and I'm gonna start calling for dollars. And Mike and I are talking this afternoon, so we'll talk about what that might look like. I've already got the
Absolutely.
relationship with Austin and Kevin, so the big thing is I just want to make sure I get her paid before the end of the year because I like to be true to my word, and it sounds like we got some options to get that done.
I would do all of it, man. So like so Kevin and here's so you're gonna list it on Facebook Marketplace, you're gonna call everybody. Have Kevin and Austin put it in Kiavi. Why not? Okay, right. Doesn't cost
Okay.
them anything to do it. So potential partnership there. Then you can have Mike, uh, you can agree to some type of fee if he wholesales it for you. Let him go do something else than what you're doing, through Facebook Marketplace and just drilling it to be able to sell it as well. And just, you have nothing to lose, right? And
Right.
everybody is aware of it, right? Austin's on the call, Mike's on the call. This is recorded. So you have nothing to lose. Everybody knows about it. And it's a kind of a neat little thing. Everybody might be able to make something. So,
And let me ask one more question. So, Novation's deal. He just texted me. He turned all the electric and everything off. I'm talking with the realtor today. I was going to put the utilities back on, but in my name. Would that make you uncomfortable? If you had the sales contract, would you turn the utilities on and pay that bill
yeah,
while it's being listed and shown? Okay.
yeah, I would. Yeah.
He's a 24-year-old, works for Bank of America, got no money. He's like, oh man, I don't. He's like, I'm barely paying my bills, let alone. I'm like, hey, let's get together and I'll list it under me. I'll get the utilities turned back on. I'll get the realtor to stage it up.
Yeah.
Um,
It's part of the white glove thing, man. Like you're just going to do everything for him.
yeah,
And I think that's how, like, if he sees you make, if you make 50 grand, 40 grand off of it, it's just like, that's why, dude. I did everything for you, man.
I'm
So,
making exactly what he's going to make 35. I should make 35, 30 to 35. But
yeah.
um, I got to do a little work. We got to do some cleanup work. Um, and you would just leverage like resources to go clean it out because it's still got all the guy that passed away, all of his stuff still in there, and it's not a lot. He was a very minimalist. Do you have resources in the South Carolina area that would kind of go clean out a house and
Yep.
donate that stuff? Like, I
Yep.
think he was an ex-veterans. Would you call like the veterans community to come in and donate that stuff, or what do you guys
You
usually
can if
do?
you want. Malcolm is my guy. So,
Hell, Dave, if you pay my flight, I'll go out and clean it out for you.
It's a 2.5 hour drive for me. So I was like, I'll go do it. But it's like Travis is telling me not to leave my house. He's like, do it from your house. And I'm like, all
Yeah.
right. Because I'm a visual dyslexic work with my hands guy too. I just saw the fence you built. I mean, it's right up my sleeve. It's like if there's manual later, I'll do it. Right. But I'm trying to learn from Travis that my time's more valuable with the thinking power than the swinging power. So
It
well,
definitely.
go ahead, Mike.
No, no, I was agreeing with that statement. I mean, your time spent behind making the deals is more valuable than putting the grind in right now.
No.
and I'm bummed because my daughter's on a snowboard team on a national D1 team. They just lost their snow ski coach, and the snowboard coach called me and said, "Hey, I'll pay you $35,000 to be the ski team coach." And I'm like, man, if I had a mill sitting in a bank account right now, I would be that college ski coach for D1. Like, but I'm not self-funded where I can like not get paid for 4 months just to ski with a bunch of college kids. But how awesome would that be at 54 years old?
That sounds pretty sick.
The Red Bull Rampage is coming in this weekend. They're doing all the grind stuff. And I'm like, oh man, talking my language.
All right,
So you
Dave.
said Malcolm's your guy? Are you gonna
Yep, I'm working on it right now.
okay. And then I got your attorney for the probate.
You did? How'd you get it?
You told me his name. Mike? Mike
Oh,
has it or Mike is the probate
Michael
attorney?
Lewis has it.
Okay. I'll reach out to Michael Lewis and then I'll get that contract over to those guys.
Okay.
He's got a government phone, so his neighbor comes over on his iPhone. I've never seen this before. So his neighbor comes over, takes pictures on his iPhone. He takes a picture of the picture on the iPhone and texts them to me. I'm like, just have your buddy send me from his phone. But again, I think we're low income and it's like it costs money to send pictures. I don't know.
Okay, I just dropped it in the Facebook group for you.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. And then Mike, we'll talk this afternoon. I'll start making some calls. I'll get Jen to do the marketplace post and we'll get this family at least some money by Christmas.
Cool, man. Okay.
Thank
I
you
look
for your
forward
time.
to it.
Yeah. And Travis, I did send you a text yesterday. I just appreciate your coaching style. You're very kind and considerate. You're patient. You listen. It's just very well appreciated.
Well, thank you, dude. Thank
I
you.
can be a lot, so I know that. And I just thank you.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's my pleasure, man. I don't care if
Awesome.
you're a lot, dude. You all should be a lot. Like this. I mean, this.
100%.
I know what I'm getting into, man. It's why that's why I'm charging you for it. Like,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
I'm extreme ADHD. I coach for a
yeah,
living, but I can really see your patience and you really listen, and it's a rarity.
yeah,
So
man. Well, thank you, dude. I mean, this stuff works, man. It's life-changing stuff. We get the opportunity to make a bunch of money and then we can do some freaking good, man. That's
love it.
the whole point. So,
Well, cool. Well, I'm gonna
all right,
drop
dude.
and start making calls. I appreciate your help.
Okay. You're
Austin, we'll
touching
talk to you
base with
later.
Mike today?
Mike
Yeah.
and I are talking this afternoon. He booked a call with me, so we're gonna talk at the end of the day, end of my day today. So
Okay. See you, dude.
Sounds good, Dave.
take it easy. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Dave.
Dude, Mike, good work, man. You listened to what we talked about. So
Little
about
bit.
that. Yeah, you jumped all over that. So guys,
Yeah.
whenever Mike had joined, he's doing everything in his power not to go back to his job. So he had a really, really good job, but he's trying to not go back. And so I was like, man, just hammer it out with some people in here and you can serve people in here and make probably enough serving them without doing your own deals. It's just, can you survive long enough to create the relationships, to provide the value, to make the money? That's the difficulty in it. So that's awesome that that happens so fast. So
Absolutely. Well, and to just go on to that as well, I'm probably going to be taking a position, but it's going to be basically with my wife. She's a school bus driver for the local district here. And I'll
mhm.
probably be just doing field trips where I'll have 10 hours in between dropping off students to picking them back up. That I can just take my laptop and then two extra screens and just be in a coffee shop working, grinding, getting my marketing set up, my and that goes into like my marketing plan. Honestly, that was pretty big to go through that and figure out dollars for doors and going through and just figuring out where's dilapidated, where everything is right now, in my market. And that's where I wanted to go with you, Travis, today.
Go
You
ahead,
got
man.
a minute with that. So I'm out in Salt Lake Valley, Utah, and the market is booming out here. Everybody's moving from California up this way. Everywhere from Mexico, California, everybody's moving up into here. The market is booming so high that I'm not finding deals at the price that you guys are finding them. I'm finding some of them like $300,000 in my neighborhood. Yeah, that's great, because you got $500,000 when it's done and said, but that's where me and Dave wanted to go into a little bit further with his analysis spreadsheet. But just not seeing that anybody's going to let their house go for 150, 100, 100,000. They're going to be pretty high up there. They're going to want the full market on this. Has anybody looked in the Salt Lake Valley for deals and being successful out here? I mean, I'm looking at 10% on cash investors. That's going to eat up a lot of the rent that is going out here.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember when we first talked, like the Salt Lake's going to be a tough one to play in. So it's almost like you can keep going in Salt Lake. Like you don't ever have to stop, but it's like starting another one simultaneously. And so
Okay.
like another market, basically. That is my opinion. And then we'll go into whatever else you want about the Salt Lake marketing plan. But like, if I were you, I think you already are kind of doing the networking piece. And so I would probably start to identify like, you it seems like you're probably going to get along with Dave pretty good. And maybe you choose one of his markets that he's in. You could think about Alejandro, his market, and you could simply say something along the lines of like, "Hey, man, like, I know you're rock and roll and you're busy. I don't want to bother you, but I'd probably buy a deal that you might pass on um, in that market." And so, because then you would also still have him for like a quick text to be able to get a resource, like if you needed a contractor or an agent or whatever,
Yeah.
like that. And so it just seems like that would be an easy way to go ahead and get uncomfortable with trying a different market out of the gate. And so that would be like my 2 cents on that. Is starting to,
Okay.
because you're already doing the networking piece. So just keep riding that to a new market where somebody else is.
Yeah. And that's like, I don't know if I can get in some of these. I'm finding some around 270,000, 330,000, but they could get up to 500 by the time they're done rehabbed and everything. But it's like, I don't know. That's where I'm coming in with $0. I don't have the resources some other people have, with liquid cash sitting in the account ready to go.
Yeah.
And just worried about getting into it, and that's where me and Dave are going. We're going with the analyzer spreadsheet that he's got right now, and he's going to show me a lot of that and know how, your wraps, your all these other options you have for owner finance, assuming a loan, that probably would benefit me out here, and probably would have a bigger margin, especially up in the Park City region. But no, I just wanted to pick your brain on that a little bit because it makes me a little uneasy.
Yeah, it would make me uneasy to add that to you. So, like, I don't love buying 300,000. Like, I don't like even buying a $300,000 home, to be truthful with you. And so, I just don't. And the reason why, so I really don't mind it if I'm honest, because I believe, like I know the margins and the exits and they're big. I just don't like the carry cost associated with them and the
Yep.
risk factors of them. And now I'm positive it's unnecessary to have those type of risk factors whenever I could go into a low margin market where the median home price is 220 and I'm going to be buying the home somewhere around 100 grand. Like pretty comfortable there. The rehab number is all that changes, right? Like I'm going to buy the house around 100. It's either 50, 30, like it just depends on the rehab. And so that's why, Alex is in Kansas City. It's a prime market. Ron is in Birmingham, Alabama. Like Ron, so he jumped off the call, but he owns, multiple companies down there. And so like he's a really successful guy and he's low on time, but he knows where he's at. Like he knows that Birmingham and he's been in real estate, he's flipped homes. And so my guess is, he's wanting to start keeping a lot of houses, but he's busy and he knows that Birmingham, he's like, I know this stuff works. I need to learn what and then I'll apply it as quick as I can, like whenever I can. So for you, it's, you need to, in my opinion, be in a market, especially now that you're going to be picking up a side gig that's going to relieve some pressure financially,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Fantastic. So I don't want really the gas to be let off of you, but like you got more time now to not have to super rush. But I would like to see you in those like the Columbus, Ohio's, the Kansas City, Missouri's, the Birmingham, Alabama, the Greenville, South Carolina, Sumter, South Carolina areas where it's just the deals are abundant and they're very simple to do.
Yeah.
So
Definitely a lot easier to work with than out here on the West. Everything's blowing up out here. So yeah,
yeah,
that's where, and is everybody kind of in your team kind of out on the East Coast side or central to East Coast?
like where they live.
Yeah, yeah. Or
So
doing
my
their
team
market
is
sales?
three people today, and so my direct like the salary people, so you have Teresa that is head of operations. So she heads Tabby's. And so like Tabby's is essentially like you can think of her as like uh well like the CEO essentially.
Yeah.
She's head of operations. And so then Megan is my direct assistant. So she's my executive assistant. So she's between me and everybody else, like besides you guys. And but she oversees a lot of the asset management side with Teresa. And then Michael Lewis is our sales guy. So he buys and sells homes. So his job is to acquire the asset, acquire the home, turn it into an asset, give it to Teresa to create an asset to add to the asset management. And
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, and they make that whole thing go. But to answer your question, Teresa lives in Athens, Georgia. Michael lives in Nashville, Tennessee, and Megan lives here, right next to me.
All right. That's good to know. Because yeah, I want to move out to the Smoky Mountains for sure. I've been looking for years to acquire a property up there by Douglas Lake or anywhere up there in the mountains, but it's just not on the playing cards right now, and I'm
Yeah,
stuck right here in
yeah,
the niche of this Salt Lake Valley is booming. It's gonna get way worse
yeah,
even the next couple of years.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's cool though, man. Hey, I'll tell you this too. So remember, this is my 10th year, right? And I've been holding houses since it's just done nothing but went up, right?
Mhm.
So a little bit of a different scenario and a lot of luck associated with it. But 5 years ago, my goal was to have my cash flow. 5 years ago, my goal was to have my cash flow at 5 grand. So that was
Yeah.
my goal, was to have it at 5 grand. And it's way past that now.
Yeah, and that's
And so like
pretty much what I'm setting.
that's how fast it just happens, right? And so I don't know why I was sharing that with you. The Smoky Mountain piece. That's why I was sharing that with
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it just happens, man. And it's because of this stuff is why it happens. Like it's not like I dreamed up something cool. It's just real estate just will do that for you. And you will do that. Because what we do, let me share this and then I'll get off my soapbox. So we base our future off of what we know today. Okay. So think about this, Mike. You're going to base next year off of what you know today in this moment. So you will base it off of, I want to make $1,000 a month next year. And so, but in reality, you have 12 months of where you're only getting smarter and more knowledgeable and more skilled and more experienced and more equipped. And then whenever that 12-month mark hits, you're not even remotely the same person you are today. And therefore, the goal that you base your reality of off of today doesn't even remotely exist because of all the things you now know. And so whenever you can wrap your head around that concept, it almost makes your future unbelievably exciting because you can't predict it, even if you think you can. Because if you're actively trying to get better, then it's insane what the trajectory looks like. And that's one of the things that a guy told me a long time ago, and I didn't get it. And now I do very clearly understand. Well, kind of, but like now I get it. And so I wanted to share that with you because that's what crossed my mind when you said the Smoky Mountain thing. So,
Right on. I appreciate it, Travis. And to reiterate what Dave said, you are a pretty good coach. I really appreciate you.
oh, well, thanks, dude. Yeah. I'm gonna start paying everybody $5 when they say it, so they can keep saying it. So, your turn, Jake. Tell me how great I am, please. I'm kidding, dude. What's up with you, man? Don't tell me that.
Oh,
Just go ahead.
you are pretty good at what you do.
Oh my God.
Uh,
All right.
no, not much. Looked over my website a little bit more this morning. I need to change up a couple things on that. I sent you a link
Did you text me
earlier
that?
on that.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Once you get
So,
once you get your websites up, we should you should put it in the Facebook group if everybody will review your website. Like post you a review. Like, hey, Jake's a great dude, great to work with, shoots big deer, like highly recommend him type of thing. That way you just have a bunch of reviews on there.
okay.
Cost you $100, but yeah, I'll review your beard.
I have to shave it off once a year, so this is about 3 months worth.
Uh, Austin's got 3 months worth too. That's his 3 months right there.
Just about.
Uh, yeah, I will check that out though, Jake. I haven't opened it yet.
Nope. So you're good. So I really didn't have any other questions. Just had a little bit of free time for I to jump on here and listen.
Sweet, dude. You at the shop?
Yep.
See them lifts behind you. What are you working on today?
So I just got done hydro testing this valve here and pumped it up to I think is 3,200 psi and pressure tested it and just tearing it back apart now.
That's a little
So
bit of pressure.
just enough to kill you.
Cool, man. All right, dude. Jonathan, can you hear us?
Hey Travis,
Hey, dude.
how's it going?
It's pretty darn good, man. What about you?
Man, it's been running and gunning. It's just after Thanksgiving, things slowed down on PPC. I've noticed I just everything kind of, well, just some tire kicker leads coming in and they're coming in, but it's just not the quality I'm seeing and I'm used to. I don't know if it's because, just the time of the season. I think that's what it is, really, is holidays come around, you have less quality people, or the search kind of the algorithm on Google Ads kind of it functions in like tweaks and volatility because some of the big guys maybe step out or maybe they're stepping in. I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah. It's the typical we overthink everything because it's getting slower time of the year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I got 3 refis that are kicking us a chunk, and they were supposed to close like 2 weeks ago, and they ain't closed. And
Oh gosh.
even I'm halfway thinking, like, are these going to close? I know
Yeah.
they're going to close, but I still am just doubting it. So it's
You're
our,
just waiting. Yeah.
yeah, man, we're just fighting that uphill stuff. And like marketing does the same this time of year. And so
Yeah. And
never
I
shut
mean,
it off,
yeah.
right?
No, it's still running. It's going. I think I have a few deals, yeah, I'm working on. I have a flip I'm closing on tomorrow in Martinsburg, West Virginia. I think it's like 220 purchase, 85 rehab, and ARV is like 425. Um, Pretty deep deal. It's a 2005 build. It's honestly like inside is really nice. Like it didn't really need much, but the roof and just some of the majors, that's why the rehab's big. And then it's got a nice basement, kind of modern farmhouse style, like on the single floor, and then goes down. It has the basement. Just with the flooring alone, I mean, it's a lot. Like it's a lot of flooring to cover, and I think
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
trying to save, but just want to make sure I stay up there with the new and competitive with the newer builds in the area. This one's kind of about like a court with a golf course behind it, but not directly behind it, kind of more wooded, and then it hits the golf course. So I think it's got that competitive edge versus some of the cookie cutters they're building and putting around. So yeah, that's going well. Just kind of nerve wracking. I've never done a rehab that big before. But I have a really good realtor who I'm working with, and she kind of helped me put all the contractors and bids together. And so that's kind of what we're looking at right now. And then I have a sub two in Katy, Texas. Man, sometimes these deals, I'm just like, okay, should I go in or not go in? I know some of them I like to just wholesale, but I'm like, I want to build my cash flow though. Like I have to make sure I raise enough money to then push it out enough payments for like 3 months in advance, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So it's okay. So on this other deal, the walkaway is 25K, 20 to 25. I think we're still like talking about that. The mortgage is like a 3.6%. It's got like 210 balance. ARV is 285. It's a pretty brand new build, like I would say 5 year old build. And I'm thinking like when you go for down payments, do you generally just want to cover your money in on the front end? Obviously, I'm looking for like maybe 30K. That's best case scenario.
Yeah.
Worst case would probably be 20. So I'd be probably left in the deal 5K less closing costs.
Yeah.
But I know the spread is there. I mean, easily 285 ARV that would put me like at a 60 or 70K wrap note,
Yeah.
which would cash flow pretty heavily.
I'll tell you what I usually do. Rachel, I don't know if you saw my message, but I was just messing with you on that. You had your face like perfectly scrunched. And so I thought I had to comment on it. Thought it was funny. Jonathan, what I tried to do on it is I'm fine leaving my money in my deal at this point. And
Yeah.
because I'm gonna guess you're not super far off from that, but I look for a 50% return on my money where I can have it all out in 2 years. Okay.
So on the cash on cash, like in terms of the cash flow,
Right.
or
Yeah. So if I left 10 grand
okay,
in it, I want to make at least 5 grand a year off of it. So roughly 450 in cash flow
a
off of that.
month, yeah.
Yeah. If I left 2 grand in it, right, then I want its cash flow roughly 800 a month.
Okay, so like just that 2 year rule is just a thumb, like a good marker.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you want as much as possible so you can make money on the front end. But I'm totally cool leaving money in it.
Hmm.
And my goal is 50%. So,
That's the thing, man. It's like I probably would be close to like 3 or 4K cash flow easily if I
hmm
kept a lot of these ones that I've wholesaled. But sometimes just in the business, I just needed that pop right away. I don't
yeah.
know if it's just me being scared, holding, 3 or 4 deals at a time and then paying those mortgages.
hmm
I mean, I've done it with maybe one or two, but like when it gets up there, and I just want to make sure I have enough powder to
Yeah.
carry those for maybe 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I don't think I've,
you're
yeah,
doing it right, dude. You're doing it right.
yeah.
You're building a portfolio, so continue to do it and you protect what you feel comfortable protecting with. So, but you're going to get to where leaving it in there isn't going to bother you on it. And so, but
Sorry,
for now,
Travis, I couldn't hear anything you said. You cut out there
okay,
just
one
for a
second, man.
second. Yeah,
One
no
second. I was
problem.
just using the bathroom. Um, but can you hear me better now or is it still rough?
Yeah, yeah. No, I hear
Okay.
you.
The I don't think what you're doing is wrong. I would just continue to do it. So, but just know that
Hmm.
that's what I look for. If you ever get in a good heavy cash position where you're comfortable, then just try to hit at least 50%. Richard, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'll pick that up in a minute. Um,
Yeah.
okay. I just kicked a whole staircase over. In there.
Looks
Is
like a
that,
jungle gym in there.
huh? I know, dude.
It's a
Well,
jungle gym.
I got this new rig that I put together and I'm getting rid of all my
Nice.
other stuff. So I'm trying to find a family to give it to for Christmas.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah. Hey, I got a favor if I could ask you for something for help.
Yeah.
Could I ask you to create me? Do you have a screen recorder, Loom or Zoom or anything like that?
I do. Yes.
Would you mind putting me together a training on how to use that trust document, that template that you have?
Yeah, yeah, I should be able to. So a lot of it was from, David Alexander. He provided that to me, and then I asked him. Like, I just was so confused, bro. I never done a trust, and then your guy was taking a little longer, but I was just like, I need it done like today, and so I used it on the one I closed in Greenwood. Actually, that one I got the tenants left, and I actually got new tenants, and I bumped the rent to 2,400 a month. So that's cash flowing about 550, which is pretty cool. But I will try my best. Yeah, I can put a video together, go through the trust, and just record my screen, like kind of from A to B on how to like put it together. And then I think there's an extra document you would need would be a trust certificate that usually the title company asks for. And you don't need to send the trust document itself to the title company. They don't need to see that. It's just a trust certificate. And that kind of it's just a one pager that outlines it.
That's
Yeah.
cool. If you have one, I can add it to the training, but if not, I can create one. And
Okay.
I just would like for everybody to be able to not have to pay to set up a trust.
No, no,
And
absolutely
I think
not.
we can definitely like do that with
Yeah,
that template you brought. So if you're cool
I
with it,
think
man,
so.
I'm happy to pay you for it too, man, for your
Hey,
time.
no, no, I'll do it. I'll do it for free, man. No,
Okay.
absolutely not. Yeah, I'll do it for free. When I find some time, I also want to make sure I structure it properly and I don't say anything incorrect.
Okay.
I'll put together like just a segment where I'll go from top to bottom, and then I don't know if it depends by state as well, if you have to add a few things in there, but it's pretty straightforward. I mean, the beneficiary, the trustee, and then just making sure every line item. So I really want to go through it to properly give the value of every single line item because I'm pretty sure like that it's like 3 pages, the trust.
Okay.
But once you know how to do it, I think yeah, you can use it on almost every deal in any state
Right.
with that trust certificate.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you, man. I really
yeah,
appreciate
no,
that, dude.
absolutely.
Would,
I'll find time for that.
would it be fine if you could I ask for it before the beginning of the year? Would that be okay?
Yeah, 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 for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, I'll send you the certificate before then, and then I'll plan on just doing everything all at once. Then I'll also make sure I send the video to David Alexander to make sure, like, hey, does this look good? Like, did I say anything wrong? And then I'll send it to you. Just for like,
That guy's gonna say, "Don't you dare put that on a video," though. So
no, like it's for me, maybe for me, like
okay,
just for my
okay,
sake. I don't know. I
okay.
just want to say, like, reviewing it, making sure I understand completely. Because man, even I don't understand some things on it. But I still use it anyways. I'm
For
like,
sure.
whatever, it's gonna work, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well, dude, thank you, man.
so
I really appreciate that.
yeah,
It's going to
no,
go a long way in here. And like, it's why I put
yeah,
together the PPC training was for people who want to run their own management. They don't have to pay for it, or you can pay
yeah,
for it, right? It's like
no,
I
yeah,
want to create the options for everybody and just like,
yeah,
debunk some of the like, this costs a lot. Like, it's why, you know, because
yeah.
you know what X Leads is, right? And so
I
what
know
we
X leads.
have
Yeah,
is very similar to it, right? And
yeah.
so, and I believe they have a very good system with what they do. And so I think
It seems like it's like this a mirror system, no, isn't it? Like that what you have? It's
Mhm.
almost like yours is, I think, probably better, but theirs is pretty good too. I've never tried it. I think I've had a trial for them, but
Well, I'm just
it's
trying to make it cheaper is what I'm trying to do
that's
than
okay.
like what
Okay,
everybody
makes
is.
sense.
Like I want
Yeah.
to like my costs, I'll add some processing fees on there so I don't have to cover
Right.
credit card fees and then we'll add a little bit for the whatever it is for us to be able to
Nice.
manage it to break even. And so like it just creates
Hmm.
like you get that thing here whereas you don't have to go pay for it. So anyway, that's it.
Oh man, the system looks like incredible. I want to definitely tap into that. I've just been
Oh,
kind of just the guy that gets realtor comps myself and just goes on Zillow to comp myself, but that tool is definitely helpful.
yeah.
Yeah. And then another thing just was kind of going, yeah, like you said, PPC, like I'm really been managing it myself the past three
Nice.
months since September or August. I've had pretty good results. Really, I've been like averaging the 30 to 35 leads a month. All, give and take. Obviously, I'm more in multi-state, similar to like Chad. Um, and then I'm probably getting about around 1 to 3 contracts. 4 on the high side. That's if I push it. Usually that ends up being because I'm not running the numbers correctly, but I'm still just putting it on paper sometimes.
Yeah.
Usually when you're just close to that 70% or when you think it's close to being a deal.
What's your
And
spend?
it's
What's your spend?
right now I'm only at 2. Yeah. And I think it's been pretty good. Like I'm hitting like cost per lead close to 70,
So let me just
75.
let me just make sure everybody hears that. Okay. He's spending 2 grand and he's getting 2 to 4 contracts. Okay. That works. He's spending 24 grand a year, and I don't think Jonathan's just making 100 grand off of 2 to 4 deals a year. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
now let me back that up. Jonathan and I were trained to buy homes by some guys that weren't half bad at buying homes. And so we were pretty good home buyers. And so you shouldn't expect exactly what he has, but you shouldn't expect too far off because I teach it the same way that I was trained to do it. And so I wanted to share that because this is recorded for everybody to listen to because 2 grand, 3 to 4 contracts. Okay. It's not
Mhm.
an insane amount of money to now that I know 2 grand's a lot, guys, but 3 to 4 contracts doesn't just make 2 grand. That makes like 50 to 100 in equity collected. So
Yeah. I would definitely, say that yes, some of them you're going to have fallouts. You're going to have like different close rates due to seller cancels or just condition, but that's a part of the game, right? So,
yeah.
the close rate, I'm aiming for that 3 to 4 on the high end. If I can close 1 to 2, that's, awesome for me.
So Rachel,
And
I'm sorry, finish your statement and then I'm going to say something to
oh no,
Rachel.
I was just saying, yeah, like that flip I was just talking about that came from the PPC in West Virginia. So closing on that one tomorrow, but I won't reap those profits probably until April of next year. So,
Yeah,
but it is
a long time.
it's going to be a good pop. So
So Rachel, that's something you could do with Jared is you can start with PPC with him and then you can learn how to manage it yourself if you so choose to do. So
Yeah.
probably would start there
Yeah.
though. I would learn
start
it,
with.
let him run it. Well, and he's going to build all the stuff and make sure it's all perfect. So
Yeah.
let him do that. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
you have the
recommend
capital
that.
to do it. So
I would recommend using Jared. Yeah, like I did find myself spending a lot of hours just learning the system, and still to this day, I feel
Mm,
like it's it's almost like a perfect imperfect system because the Google it runs the algorithm itself and it learns. I've had previous spend, and the more you spend on it, the more it learns. And when it's spending more, it's like the Google understands what you're looking for, and it's going to create that kind of target audience that it sends it out to. And so I had to get over that hump. And then, yeah, once it started clicking, it started coming in some good leads.
yeah.
But my
So
goal really, yeah, go ahead.
no, please, man.
Okay.
I
I
interrupt
was
you guys
saying,
all the time on accident.
no, no, that's okay. That's okay. We're just excited now. So I want to get going to at least, I want to just scale to at least 3,500 to 4K a month. That is my goal because I know the system works. And, just the past 3 months, even it being September, October, November, like that's kind of a slower season. And I was locking that up. I can only imagine from like January, February onwards to April. And I just want to make sure I can take advantage of the system, scale it up where it's not going to break. And, obviously, if I'm getting 30 to 35 now, I can expect that 3,500 ad spend maybe closer to 45, maybe close to 50. And that's for me, it's just getting those more reps in and getting the deals. So, what is your take on that? How would you position going into the new year scaling or just slowly increasing ad spend?
Do you have any teammates?
Nope.
Okay. I'd probably start thinking about that. Yeah.
Okay.
If I had to start with somebody, you can
Mhm.
either start with a acquisition guy, but I probably wouldn't. I think it's well worth your time to buy. Um,
Oh, I love buying. Like
yeah,
I love talking to a hot lead.
I
Like,
know, man.
yeah.
Whenever I brought on my ad guys, I really I loved it because then I didn't have to do any buying because I was so kind of burnt out from buying.
Yeah. I can
But then you
imagine.
start to think about like, dadgummit, man. Well, I built this big old company. Like I could just buy one house a month, probably make about the same amount of money
Yeah.
that I was doing at that time. And so anyway, to your question about like, is there anything you think you should prep for? I would probably start thinking about an assistant. That would be my first hire. If I did it all
Hmm.
over again, I would have just hired an assistant to be able to help me with things. And so my assistant does everything personal, business. Like, I mean, she has my
Hmm.
personal bank account. I mean, they do all my anything personal, man. Like, she
Hmm.
books my massages, my chiropractor, my doctor's appointment, my blood draws. I mean,
Wow.
everything. She does everything for us. She stocked my pond with fish this year. I mean, she does everything, dude. She takes care of our animals when we're gone. She manages our home when we're gone. She's managing the barn rehab, or excuse me, construction. And then
Wow.
she does everything. She does so many things on the Tabby side. And so you can
Hmm.
see how much that takes off of your plate to where you're just focusing on buying houses,
Hmm.
right? And so that's what I would probably think about or look at.
Hmm. Yeah, I think definitely someone at least taking triage, where then the numbers, once they make sense, then I know I have a hot call, I'm on that call. I think that might free up a lot of time because when you have 50 leads coming in, I'm sure you even had, double that or triple that with that ad spend you had go, and it just got, yeah, you need someone constantly taking those triage. And the main thing though is really speed to lead. And that's what I feel like that I'm maybe it's just I'm scared that they're not going to get to it in time or they might miss it. I just don't know. Where I'm like pretty sharp when it comes to those things where that leads in, like I get excited. Like I know what's on the end of that or the potential. Um, and I'm calling within like a minute, 2 minutes max.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt, man. Let me give you a quick example on that. So I had the same fears with the guys when I brought on all three acquisition managers. And I tell you what,
Hmm.
now that I think I figured out how we can do this apprenticeship for more people, without like a bunch of calls, without me doing a bunch more calls and stuff. Um, I posted an ad. You guys probably saw that. Like I posted an ad about hiring a sales guy. I have the same fear, Jonathan. I kid you not. I have the same fears that came
Yeah.
in. Like they're not going to do as good a job. Nobody's going to buy it unless it's me talking to them on the phone. And while it might be true in some cases, I know it's not because I think back to when we were buying homes. With that, one of my home buyers had absolutely no experience buying homes. He was a chicken farmer and a hen laying operation. And, with those three guys, like within that year, we had multiple wholesales that were 75 to 85 grand wholesales. And we had multiple relists that were six-figure profits. And
Wow.
so, what I did realize was they were probably better than I actually was because I would get lazy sometimes, or I would get busy with other things, or I would get burnt out, or I would get frustrated with things. And I remember Ryan was so good at that stinking script, and it drove me nuts the way he talked to sellers and how laid back he was with things. And then it made he shined as a home buyer because he didn't match my enthusiasm in the way I did it and drove me nuts. And then, like my wife was finally like, honey, you just got to chill out and just see what happens. And then he contracted a home for 40 grand that was worth $330,000. It had a
Hmm.
280K spread on it. And we ended up, we didn't make that much on it. We didn't, but we crushed it on that deal. And so just, it was incredible, man. It was incredible. So anyway, I get the fears and stuff. Just know like they're for sure false, for sure. So
Limiting beliefs. Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I first thought when I was doing my first deal. I remember I was like, yeah, so I'm taking someone's mortgage over and then wait, but I don't have that much money of a down payment. And then it's like I raised 30 grand, put no money in my deal, and then just created cash flow and equity just like that. Like it was pretty insane. So
Yeah. All right,
all
brother.
right,
All right, man. Thank you for
appreciate
offering me
it.
that. Guys, does anybody else have anything? I'm gonna probably try to end it here. But if you guys have more, I will definitely hang on. I think I'm gonna help Tony hang some drywall. So probably got excited to hear me say it. Okay, guys. Well, hey, hit me up if y'all need anything. I'm going hunting tomorrow. And so just hit me up in the Facebook group if you need something. I'll definitely check that. It's like
Appreciate it.
22 here, so
Yeah.
I'm not getting my phone out too much. My little fingers will get cold. But I will see you guys next week if I don't hear from you tomorrow. So have a
Thanks,
great weekend,
Travis.
guys.
Enjoy.
Of course.
Thank you,
See you guys.
Travis.
My pleasure.